What's up everybody, Ultimate Reviews here and welcome back for another video. So hopefully the Xperia Z5 should be coming up a whole lot quicker than we all expected. IFA Berlin is less than 2 weeks from now and Sony announced their big press day to be the 2nd of September, which will take place at IFA in Berlin. Now we are expecting Sony to unveil the Z5 and the Z5 Compact, and we may see a variation in between the two, which may have some more mid-range specs, but the Z5 Compact and the ordinary Z5 are expected to be some super powerful beefed up phones, and we should be expecting to see some more wearables from Sony. It might be another variation of the Sony smartwatch. Who knows, but we are expecting pretty much big stuff from Sony. This is their time of the year where they can really unveil stuff and just kind of wow everyone. And it's been a rough year for Sony. We've seen the Z3 Plus for Japan, that was the Z4, but it didn't really get the attention it was meant to get because it just wasn't really released the right way. Having that said, we're going to cover some of the rumors and leaks that have been surrounding the Z5 and a little bit of the Z5 Compact. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Let's get straight into it. With the design, there's been loads of people saying Sony should change things up and go for a different approach, but I think personally that omni-balance design looks incredible. We've seen it on the Xperia Z through to the Z3 Plus, and I'd rather see thinner bezels and possibly a more scratch-proof back. But other than that, I would love to see that same design, as long as they just repolish things and make it look really stunning to look at, I'm happy with the design. Now, there was also a tip that on the home button at the side of the device, they're going to include a fingerprint scanner. Now, if you ask me personally, that's a huge move for Sony. It's definitely nothing we've seen like before on some of the previous Xperia devices, and this could be potentially huge for the upcoming Xperia lineup. And majority of the time, people do pick up their smartphone either like this, so with their thumb in contact with the power button, or with their left hand and have their index finger and middle finger in contact with the power button. So if they could somehow program it that it recognizes your thumb, middle finger and index finger, which has been done before, I think it would make unlocking the phone and other processes so much easier. Like, imagine picking up your phone with either hand and just by placing your thumb on the power button, which you had to do anyway, would unlock the phone. And it's also nothing like what we've seen on the Samsung or even Apple devices where the home button is where the fingerprint scanner is. So you may pick up your phone, but you still need to use your other hand or stretch down your thumb to unlock the phone. So that would definitely be a big move by Sony. If they include that, I'd be really looking forward to testing it out. When it comes to the display, things get a little bit more interesting. So it's been rumored that Sony will be working with a standard 5.5-inch 1080p display with the pixel density somewhere between 400 to 500, and if you ask me, that sounds perfectly fine. Sony do an incredible job with their displays, especially with their 1080p displays. They look awesome. Now, there was also a tip that Sony might be working with a 4K display in the Xperia Z5. Only the Z5, however. It wasn't mentioned that they will be working with that same 4K display on the Z5 Compact and the other mid-range Z5, which is expected to be released. Now, hearing that there's going to be 4K on a smartphone brings up so many other factors. You've got to consider the battery life, the processor, overheating, but one thing that really does matter the most is the battery life. And like I've said in previous videos, these new processors that Snapdragon are producing can handle 4K very well. The Snapdragon 810 processor and also the 820 processor, which is still in the works I believe, they can handle 4K just fine. But you've got to consider the battery life the most, because 4K is extremely power consumptious. It will take battery life very quickly. And Sony actually pushed a statement out in one of their articles saying that they won't compromise power consumption for pixels. So that does make the whole 4K dream in the Xperia Z5 seem less believable, but it also makes the Quad HD display dream sound less believable as well. They may just stick with their 1080p display, seeing as that does get the job done. It takes up less battery life. Interestingly, however, as I was looking through some of the Sony forums, I found this display power consumption comparison, which actually compared a Quad HD display power consumption to a 4K display power consumption. And as you guys can see, the Quad HD display takes 2,322 megawatts, And you know, compared to the 4K display, which actually takes 2452, you could definitely see that the difference isn't that huge. It's definitely something Sony might be able to work on, however, in the future. Unfortunately, there hasn't actually been that much information released in terms of the processor and camera that we're going to find on the Xperia Z5, so we will just have to wait till September the 2nd for Sony's big day to find out. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure you're subscribed. I will definitely be bringing you guys some exclusive coverage of whatever Sony unveil. Hopefully it's the Z5. It's going to be a really big day. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and follow me on Twitter so you guys could be kind of following me behind the scenes, behind the camera at Ultimate Rev. And I will catch you guys all in the next video. Have a great day. Peace.